over here. Let me see. I believe we're connected. And I'm going to refresh over here. Let's go to Linus. It's going to take some time to load. Loading. Click on Start Live over here. Okay, yeah, we're connected. Taylor, you cannot see, but I'm going to play our intro video from the other side of our backstage. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Ultiverse Live Show as we are going to unlock the potential of dappOS today. Again, with Taylor Harris, the head of community from dappOS. And today, well, we're going to do a deep dive into multi-chain solutions and earn options. And it's going to also covering layer one and layer two. So lots and lots of issues that we are going to talk about. And Taylor, the head of community from dappOS, is going to help us to learn a lot. And first, I would like to invite Taylor to introduce yourself. Thank you.
Hi. Well, first of all, thanks for having me here today. My name is Taylor Harris. I am head of community at dappOS. So yeah, I'm excited to get into the topic today. I know that a lot of times you hear about how something works, but you don't actually know until you see it. So I'm excited to share like what we're working with, our integrations at dappOS, and what's new, what's here to come.
That is awesome. Yes. Well, actually, earlier today, I was just talking with my friend about that. Was I said this is a very strong team with lots of funds over here. Oh, I see that we got our dappOS team friend also joining us over here. Perfect. Nice. Okay, and Taylor, let's go to our topic directly over here because today we have prepared at least I would say about 4 or 5 topics. Right, the first is that could you please, well, of course, teach us a little bit about what exactly Step was doing and do a basic intro to us. Thank you.
Yeah, so basically dappOS is Web3 intent-centric operating protocol. Basically, what we do is we make Web3 as simple as mobile apps or even Web2. And so the main thing that I want to start with talking about today is obviously what is dappOS comprised of, right? So dappOS is comprised of the main three things with dappOS version 2. One is the unified account, two is support for task dependency, and the third is the new bidding system. So today we're really going to get into the unified account and how that works exactly, as to how we integrate with dApps, decentralized apps, and how we can create this unified account to where you don't have to jump from one chain to another. You're able to access everything in one. So yeah, that's just like a quick introduction. So I think we all know that there's a gap between Web 2 and Web 3, and oftentimes there's a lack of good user experience. And so, for example, let's say my assets are normally fragmented across different chains. You often find yourself limited to what you do based on your chain preference, the chain that you prefer to use. But dappOS is a multi-chain fragmentation solution, aggregating liquidity. So later I'll be able to share my screen and show you guys like exactly how we can do that and how that happens.
Well, that is very nice because just like you say, we have been in Twitter space for several months, right? And now we finally could see the things on the screen and then learn together. So thank you so much, Taylor, for spending time with us to do the step-by-step demonstration today. Friends, we are also going to ask Taylor the first question. What challenges are Web3 users currently experiencing? Because earlier you mentioned that because of some barriers, right? So and also
Yeah.
how does dappOS offer solutions to address them? Thank you.
Yeah, so I kind of just touched on that with my introduction, but basically there's always going to be, challenges for like not only current users but for new users, right? Being able to figure out, how do I do this? How do I complete this transaction? How does this happen? And we want to simplify all of that by making the user experience better. And that's where like intent centric comes into play. So like I mentioned before, let's say my assets are normally fragmented across all these different chains. The special thing about dappOS is it is a multi-chain solution. And so you're able to access those chains in one place. And yeah, I'll show you a little bit later exactly like what I mean, and you'll be able to see in first person where I'm able to select those.
That's awesome. And we are definitely all interested in learning more about the features on the left side of the dappOS wallet. So Taylor, yeah, maybe you would like to starting from that. Would you mind providing an instruction to these features? Thank you.
Yeah. So I think this would be a great time to share my screen because this is going to be very visual. So let me share my screen. Maybe you can let me know if you're able to see it.
Yeah, and I personally, I'm also a dappOS wallet user. Yeah, so definitely this is
Awesome.
this is a great session for us all to learn. Yes, we all can see it clearly.
I believe so. I think we're ready to go. So
Yes.
here you can see this is the dappOS wallet, like the main interface. On the left side, I'm going to jump into here in a second. You can see assets, activities, dapps, explore rewards. But today we're going to start off by getting into our deposit function. So the first thing I want to do is if I go up to the top right, like let's say I'm a new user, I haven't connected with dappOS before. I'm going to go up to the top right where it says connect wallet. And that's where it's going to give me the option to whether MetaMask, Wallet Connect, BitGet Wallet. I'm going to choose MetaMask. All right. So as you can see, I have a low balance. I've used this before, but we're going to have to deposit some funds. So before we want to do anything, before we want to get started, that's where I'm going to have to deposit my funds. But the great thing about dappOS is I have all these different options: BNB, Arbitrum, Avalanche, Ethereum, Manta, Optimism, Polygon. So regardless of which one you prefer to work off of, which is your preference, there's all these options, which is great, right? It's a unified account, one stop for everything. So today I'm going to start with BNB. I'm going to show you the first thing that we're going to want to do is hit this deposit button. And it gives you a little pop-up. Well, addresses may vary on each chain. So I'm going to start with BNB. I'm going to view my address, connect. And the one thing that I want to do now is I'm going to have to put funds into my wallet, right? So I'm going to have to transfer those funds. And this is where I will bring up my MetaMask. Let's see. Okay, 1 second. So here I have. All right, wait, Tony, you might have to jump in for a second.
It's okay. Take your time.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Tony, where was the option for? I forget on MetaMask. Where was the option for to get the USDC over, right?
Yeah. Let me jump in real quick.
Right. One second. I might have messed this up right before I started, but yeah, the MetaMask thing. So basically, what I do is I'm going to take my funds from USDC. I'm going to put it onto my dappOS wallet. So here I can see this is the copied address from the deposit screen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, amount. Wait, Tony, can you hear me for some reason?
Yeah, we all can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there are just some I'm not sure what noise was that from. There's something like making coffee.
Just kind of sound like making coffee.
Just like,
Can you guys hear me?
Starbucks.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Now it's fine. So Tony, can you tell me real quickly on this MetaMask side? Because for some reason,
Yeah.
I did not do this
click
right.
on send. If you click on
Oh,
send
there we go. And then
and copy your deposit address there, you can
yes.
feel free to go. Yep.
And then do I hit the amount, right? So let's say I want to do. Oh,
yeah.
That's not what I want to. Hit next, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if it's me, but like I cannot see your like MetaMask pop up.
Oh, okay. Yep. For some, I don't. Let's see, but for some reason, when I was trying to do the specific transaction with USDC, it's not giving me the USDC option. So I don't know if it is just my MetaMask or what. So when I hit send, let's see. Sorry.
Did you like import USDC in there?
Maybe that's not. Maybe that's the problem, right?
Yeah, you can.
That's
You can do Polygon first, I guess. You can do Polygon first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do. Okay. Perfect. Then let's do. All right. 1 second. All right. Okay. Let me get the address for Polygon. Okay. So can you see my screen now? We'll start with that.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
All right. Everyone can see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start with Polygon. So here I can see I can get my address. I will confirm. Confirm. It might take a second. And this is going to give us the deposit address. So this is where I'm going to be able to take my deposit address and top up my dappOS wallet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Transaction is submitted. All right. So you're able to view that in the Explorer. If you want to learn more about what exactly happened, you're able to see that there. So now I'm going to see my address. And this is where I will jump into MetaMask. Obviously, you guys won't be able to see it. And let's see. So in my MetaMask, I'm going to copy and paste that specific address. And so I think, Tony, this is the problem that I was seeing. So when I go to send, it's giving me the Matic, but where does USDC come into play? I think that's the one thing that I'm not exactly sure. Sorry about that.
Are you able to deposit right now? Are you able to deposit?
So I have the deposit option, but I guess the main thing is once I copy the address, I've got to get the funds from MetaMask to dappOS, right?
Exactly.
And so, but the thing is when I'm opening my MetaMask, because I'm using a different wallet than before, for some reason when I click on send, it's not giving me the USDC option. I'm not able to change the asset. Sorry, 1 second. Let me see if I can.
Did you import the USDC? Because I remember you withdraw to two different addresses.
That's true, but I think maybe I did not re-import it. Let me double check. Sorry.
That's okay. Take your time.
This doesn't have anything to do with dappOS. This has to do with me.
Well,
not figuring out my MetaMask correctly.
So it's like we are all beginners, right? And we are learning from scratch. Yeah. So this is certainly
Okay, 1 second. All right, so maybe it's because
I just sent you the.
Okay, 1 second. So,
I just sent you the USDC contract address on BNB. If you can copy that and paste it for import tokens, you'll be able to see your USDC.
Oh, okay, gotcha. There's the token contract address, right?
Yeah, it's for a BNB chain.
Okay, let me switch over. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
That's okay. We all are learning.
It's one of the problems that beginners will face. So we're perfectly demonstrating everything.
Perfect. Yeah.
This is a step.
All right, so let me switch over. Let me switch over to BNB.
Okay, import now token. We're jump.
Yeah. And then let me see BNB chain. And then we're gonna import token, and then the token contract address is what you sent me, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the token token has already been added. Huh.
It's already been added?
Yeah, so I just got a notification that it's already been added.
Then I think you're good to go, I guess.
Okay, so I guess the main thing. Let me send you a quick video of like where I guess I might be going wrong. So when I go into send, okay. All right, we're trying to figure this out. If we were, okay. Let's see. Try it one more time with Polygon.
Yeah, I think you're.
So when I go into send, okay. Okay, and then the token symbol would be what?
Token simple. It's just USDC,
That
I
would-
guess.
Okay, okay. Awesome.
Yeah, when you click on send,
So when I go into,
and you can like from that you can copy your dappOS wallet address there.
on the token contract address or token symbol?
No. After click on send, right?
On that, you mean next? So, yeah. So basically, maybe it's custom token. Sorry, I've never this specific thing. It's never happened before.
Yeah, it happens.
Let's see.
So like right now, follow my instructions. So on dappOS wallet address, select network, select BNB chain.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're gonna switch over to BNB chain, right? So it's giving me the.
No, for the deposit part. So for the deposit
Okay.
part. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Deposit.
Go
BNB
to
chain.
deposit, view address.
View my address.
Copy this address
Copy.
and go to MetaMask.
Yes. The MetaMask should
Click
also
on
be
send.
BNB. Send.
Click on send, and there's a send to. Like paste that address in there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think you're good to go. All right.
Yeah, and then the asset should be BNB, and then the amount.
The asset should be USDC because you're
Gotcha.
sending USDC from MetaMask to dappOS wallet.
Okay, now I know why. Okay, oh my goodness. All right, rookie mistake. All right, we're there. Okay.
We're good to go.
All right. Yes, I am so sorry. That was
Perfect.
that was way easier than it should have been. But there's some small drop down in MetaMask that I did not do. So
yeah, sometimes it doesn't like refresh like the UI page. Yeah.
All right. So
having some problem.
All right. Sorry about that. We are back on track. So basically, what I did is I just deposited 50 USDC into my dappOS wallet, and we will see that in just a second. You know, sometimes the transaction takes a little bit of time. Oh, there we are. So everyone can see my screen. So here we are. We can see now that there is 50 in my dappOS wallet account. So as you can see, if you look down here, you can scroll with dappOS. You can see all the different tokens, their current price, the total value. And so what we're going to do is we are going to jump into, we're going to first take a look at dapps, right? Because this is going to be the bread and butter. Actually, before we get started, before we do this, I'm going to drop in Polygon like we wanted to do before. So not only can you do BNB, for example, if I wanted to do Polygon, I could do that as well. So here's going to be, I'm going to switch over to Polygon, and I'm going to deposit. So same as before, I'm going to view my address, copy that. And the problem that I couldn't figure out before, I'm going to jump into MetaMask. I'm going to copy and paste that address that I just got. And for example, I'm going to, okay, for some reason, that's where I was wrong too. Polygon, for some reason, is not showing my USDC. So maybe we'll just run with Binance for now, BNB. Okay. Okay, well, I'm going to show the first example on Binance since we already got started on BNB Smart Chain, and then we can go from there. Okay, all right, so we're going to switch over to BNB, and then we're going to jump into the dapps. So as you can see, dappOS is fortunate enough to collaborate and integrate with some of these great dapps. We have, Perpetual, Banky, QuickSwap, KyberSwap, and Stater. So each of them, is to each is their own. They each have like special things that we can help out with. But in general, what we can do is we can create a unified account. So the first thing I'm going to show you is as I jump into Perpetual, you're able to access all of these from the dappOS wallet. you can see here on the interface. So what I'm going to want to do first in the perpetual is I'm going to want to deposit. So like you saw earlier, I had 50 USDC in my dappOS wallet. And the great thing about dappOS is while I'm in perpetual, whereas perpetual normally is on Optimism, right? As we know, perpetual normally runs off the Optimism chain. You're able to see here with dappOS unified account, we're able to access BNB, Optimism, Polygon, Avalanche, Ethereum, Manta, and Arbitrum. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to deposit, let's try 10 USDC. So what I'm going to do is there's a special function right below where it says reserve. So if I want to, I can keep 2 of that USDC, for example, gas fees. So I'm going to actually reserve 2 of those, so equaling 8. So I'm going to deposit. It's going to be a gas fee, and I'm going to confirm. Sign on MetaMask. Okay, awesome. And then you get the option to view and explore if you wanted to. You're able to see, what exactly happened. See the hash. All right. So it's pending. So we gotta wait a second. The top left corner, you see that it is pending, and it should show up right here at the bottom once that is finished. Cool. All right. So once I have that, what I could do if I wanted to is the nice thing about perpetual. I could go in and I could trade. For example, I could go in and if I wanted to trade, Bitcoin, they've got Ethereum, everything, it's a great DEX. And the thing about this is if you wanted to, for example, you're able to 10x. So let's say if I were to deposit 100 USDT or USDC, in my example, I just deposited 10 USDC. It gives you the buying power of times 10. So for example, if I were to put in 100 USDC, I would get the buying power of 1,000 USDC. So here you can see I have the buying power of 80 USDC because I deposited 10, but since I left 2 as a gas fee, I now have 8, giving me the times 10 power. So basically I have the buying power of 80. So that's one of the cool things. That's one of the nice things where dappOS can integrate is to where right now we're working off of BNB, but if I wanted to, I could do the same with Optimism, Polygon, Avalanche, etc. And the next thing, one of the other special things is obviously this pool. So the pool you can see here at the bottom is claimable rewards. So if I'm, doing things, I'm completing transactions, buying, selling, trading on perpetual, I can get these rewards. And with the dappOS, if I claim these rewards, the great thing is I am able to go on, let's say, QuickSwap. I can take these rewards over onto QuickSwap, and I'm able to swap those rewards. And although perpetual and QuickSwap are on different chains, it doesn't matter because dappOS creates this unified account to where I'm able to access all of those chains in one. So that's kind of how it crosses over between the two. So yeah, this is just a short example of what exactly can be done on perpetual. We'll go back to overview, and I'm going to withdraw those funds that I just deposited in. Show you. Okay, so let's see. I just put in 8, but I kept 2. So that's actually going to stay in my perpetual for, let's say, later when I need it. So I'm going to withdraw 8. And then here it's going to show me the estimated gas fees. I'm going to sign. Okay, awesome. And then it's going to, yes, if I want to see it again, I'm able to see that on the Explorer. Cool. So as we wait for, the transaction as it's pending, yeah, there we go. So easy and quick. So obviously one of the main features is being able to switch between those chains. Right now I'm giving an example of Binance Smart Chain, BNB, but whether you're a Polygon user, whether you're Arbitrum, anything, you're able to access all of those. Awesome. All right, so the next thing we're going to take a look at is we're going to take a look at Banky. So if you can see my main screen, we're going to look at Banky liquidity market. Okay. All right, so as you know, Banky is on Avalanche. So for Avalanche users, that's obviously a great thing. But if I'm somebody who, let's say, works on another chain, that's again where dappOS's unified account comes into play. As you can see on the left side of the screen, I'm currently working off of BNB, but Optimism, Avalanche, Polygon, Ethereum, Manta, Arbitrum, everything is here in one. So the thing about Banky is basically the users can supply and borrow. So if you're familiar with staking, familiar with liquid staking, this is obviously where dappOS comes into play. So basically what we're going to do is we can supply. So let's say, take USDC. I'm going to, let's run with 10 again. So I'm going to be taking, let's say here you can see there's a bottom slider that's quite convenient. If I want to, I can do that, but I'm just going to type in 10. So I'm going to take 10 USDC. I'm going to deposit it. And at the top, you can see is the annual percentage yield. So right now, right now it's at 12.72. And the collateral factor. So if you look down at the bottom, there's an option that's collateral factor. Basically, later when I borrow, I'm actually only able to borrow 80% of what I supplied. So you got to take that into consideration. So what I'm going to do now is deposit. Again, there's the dappOS option that pops up for me because everything is going to be powered through dappOS and my dappOS wallet. So that's why when you get these pop-up boxes, you can see that it's dappOS. So let me sign. Okay. And then again, you get the view on Explorer option. So anytime you want to learn more about what exactly just happened, you want to see the hash, you want to see, in number, in code, what happened, you're able to view on Explorer, open that. Okay. All right. So let's see if it's, all right. So now we're going to go over to borrow. Let's see 1 second. Oh, it's still pending. That's where I was. Okay. All right, so now it is finished. So actually, I'm gonna open this. Just take a look. So I just clicked on that view on dashboard, and it brings me up to this. We're gonna talk a little bit about this later when we get into it. But if you wanted to open it from one of the dapps you're working on, you're able to see it there. All right, so I'm gonna go back, and as you know, I just put in 10. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to borrow, right? So that's where you go between supply and borrowing. And the thing is. Sorry, 1 second. Let me. So if I wanted to, let's say if I wanted to borrow ETH, right, I could do that. And the thing with ETH is I would be able to take that ETH and I could go over and I could stake that on Stater because, as you know, that is something that is able to be done on Stater. So that's one of the great things that the collaborations, the integrations that dappOS has is if I run into, let's say, one small problem on one of the dapps, I'm able to solve that problem through another one. It's all connected, it's all unified, and thanks to all the chains being in one. So let's go back. Let's see. All right, so if you keep doing that, supply, borrow, you're doing that, eventually you can see rewards. You'll earn these rewards. Here I can see I've earned Chi, which is Banky's token, as well as AVAX. Sorry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to claim these rewards. Awesome. I'm going to claim the first one. I will also claim this reward. Sorry, I know I'm like running through this kind of fast, but if you, Moonlight, if you have any questions, Tony, if you have anything you want to touch on, you're more than welcome to. But I guess I'll just keep going because it's, just more of a tutorial.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, okay. Right, so now it is pending. Cool. All right, so now I think if we jump back here, let's see. Cool. So as you can see, right, let's see. All right, so right when I jump in, I can see that there is just what I took, Chi and AVAX, right? Which is cool because that was quick. It just shows right up in my dappOS wallet right when I refresh. So that's one of the cool parts about Banky's liquidity market. The next thing I'm going to want to jump into is, again, over on the side of dappOS wallet, is Banky liquid staking. Okay, Banky liquid staking. All right, so this is a little bit different. So for any of you who are familiar with liquid staking, let's see. Okay. All right. So if I was at the staking market, like I just showed you before here, and if I went, supply, borrow, that's basically recursive staking, right? But one thing, this is kind of where dappOS intent-centric comes into play. I know intent-centric is like a relatively new thing, but this is kind of where we take all of the trouble, we take, all the behind the scenes, and we automate that. We give the user their intent, the desired outcome. So here you can see there's this this button that says enable supply S AVAX to Banky. So what I'm doing here in Banky is I'm taking AVAX and I'm staking it to S AVAX, right? So rather than having to manually do that, with recursive staking, going in and out of supply borrow. One thing that is special about Banky being powered by dappOS is this option that says execution count. So basically, I can choose a max of 5. So it's going to be automatically doing that same process of recursive staking 5 times. So what we recommend is doing about 75 because if it's anything more, the bar amount can be too high. It can be perceived as a risk. So that's one of the cool things because not that the manual process is hard, but it's time consuming, and for a new user, it's not very user friendly, right? It's not the best user experience. So one of the cool things, like I just mentioned, is being able to enable supply as AVAX to Banky. I take the 5 execution count. I can be lower, but the max is 5, and then I can change the borrowing ratio to, let's say, whatever I'd like. The higher the borrowing ratio, the better the APY. So as you can see, if I have it set at 75%, the APY under is going to be at 12.99, whereas let's say a lower borrowing ratio would be, 10% is about 8.50. Okay. All right. I think I covered most everything. I don't know if Tony, you want to touch in on if there's anything I didn't quite cover.
Tony, would you like to add on any information?
If not, I can keep going because I know there's
Of
a
course.
few more things that we've got to touch on. Okay. All right. So now we are going to jump in and let's see, what do we have left? Oh, so yeah. So the thing about QuickSwap is obviously this is one of our other good partners. So let's say the tokens that I just took, let's say, for example, I just received Qi and AVAX from completing those transactions on Banky. Let's say if I didn't want or if I wanted to swap those tokens, that's where I could, use QuickSwap. And like I mentioned earlier, these dApps, they're not always on the same chain. Oftentimes they're not on the same chain. And that's kind of where like dappOS unified account really comes into play is I'm able to use everything all in one. So for example, I had Qi and AVAX. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to swap those for something else. That's where dappOS would be able to use their unified account at the top of QuickSwap. You're able to click down BNB, Polygon, Avalanche, Ethereum, all of these options are all in one, right? So everywhere we go, every dApp that we're able to use with these integrations with dappOS, you're able to find those same chains rather than just working off of one chain. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop. It's a great thing if you don't have a preferred chain. If you want to, it basically makes everything easier, right? And that's the goal. Okay, let me see if there's anything else. Oh, there's one thing that I want to touch on. So as you can see, as we know, QuickSwap is normally, based on Polygon, but here you can see it gives you the option. Let's say if I would want to, I guess I'll do a little tutorial. If I wanted to swap, I could choose between these different options, USDT, USDC, ETH. Let's say if I were to want to do USDT and I wanted to swap to, oh, one second, I'm getting the loading wheel. Oh. Sorry, the token is loading. Gotta take a second.
That's okay. Take your time.
I want to refresh. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Okay, well, I guess my token is still loading.
So, will dappOS integrate with other products so people could use dappOS wallet when we are accessing different websites?
I think that's a plan, right? So I think every collaboration and every integration, there's got to be some thought behind it, right? Because everyone wants a better solution, everyone wants an easier way, everyone wants more users. But I think dappOS team, a lot of there is going to be future integrations and collaborations that you'll be able to see like announced on Twitter. I'm not exactly sure if I'm able to speak on those yet, but right now with dappOS version 2, these are the specific dApps that we are currently working with.
No.
So yeah, but I think in regards to the collaboration is if it makes sense, if the technology's there, that's how we go about it. And obviously, like teamwork is great. Like for example, we're good friends with people at QuickSwap, Banky, Stater, all of these things, like all these partnerships that we have, we're good friends with them, and like it makes sense. Everyone wants more users. Everyone wants to jump from Web 2 to Web 3, and one way to do that is by making the user experience easier, and that's kind of where dappOS comes in. That's why dappOS is able to integrate with the dapps I've showed you right now, is because we're giving them this good user interface. We're giving them a better user experience by giving the user the choice, right? The choice to choose between different chains, to trade across different chains.
That's great.
Okay, all right. Let me try to refresh, because for some reason I might have to click. Let's try to access it again. So on the dappOS wallet page, if I open up QuickSwap, okay, it's still just saying token loading. So I don't know if it's like my end, it's on QuickSwap's end. I have no idea.
That's okay. Take your time.
But I guess the main thing I wanted to touch on, I guess we'll see while we wait for this to load, is normally you would just be able to see the polygon, right? Because obviously QuickSwap runs on Polygon. But here you can see there's the Manta Pacific, right? And so the main reason why we see Manta here is right now Manta is like basically Manta is going to offer triple rewards for one. So if you're able to choose the Manta Pacific button, at the same time, you're going to be able to unlock, you're going to be able to receive these awards through Manta. So basically with the upcoming airdrop that's going to be happening for us, dappOS in this month, we basically want to get the users the incentive and option to choose Manta and receive these awards. So later I'll touch on like exactly what campaigns are happening, and I'll share those with you. But we want to give users the option, right? There's Polygon, there's Manta. QuickSwap wants to give them as well. But we want to incentivize you to use Manta because you're going to be able to receive triple the rewards. So basically, and also as you can see, Manta is also currently running their MantaFest campaign. So that's another big incentive as to why users would want to select Manta. It carries out the same thing, right? Polygon and Manta are going to be basically doing the same thing for you in this swap. But right now, if you were to select Manta, because MantaFest is going on, you're going to be able to receive more rewards. And all of these rewards, is going to eventually tie into the dappOS token launch airdrop. So everyone loves rewards, so it's good to choose that. All right, I'm going to show one thing. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to show you the farm section. So you can see the QuickSwap. I just kind of did an introduction into the swap, but for some reason the token keeps loading. So we're going to be talking about the farm option. All right. Okay. All right, so here you can see we have the different options: My Farms, QuickSwap Farms, Gamma Farms, and Steer Farms. So Steer Farms is actually new because Steer Farms is only for Manta users. And because it's early, you can see the percentage, right? The APY is actually quite high. And so even though it's only for Manta users, dappOS, because it's only for Manta users, dappOS allows users to connect from other chains as well. So that's kind of one of the things, again, where dappOS solution, the unified account, being able to access all of those chains comes to save the day again, right? It's like, even though if you are only a Manta user, you're still able to connect through dappOS from the other chains. So that's one of the big things, one of the new things on QuickSwap. So take a look at Steer Farms by Manta. And even though it is only for Manta users, through dappOS, you are able to connect from other chains. Okay, all right, I think I'll jump back to the beginning, and if it's still not loading, then I think we can move on, because I think that's about all that we need to know in regards to exactly how dappOS integrates with QuickSwap, how you're able to access your different chains, and why should you use Manta, why you should select the Manta Pacific option. Okay, all right, let's jump back. All right, so yeah, I think those are like the 4 main examples of what I wanted to share today specifically. So I know, Moonlight, you might have some other questions before we get into like a few more things about the dappOS wallet.
Well, yeah, over here, I think I have asked all of the things, and now I could see that, um, well, most of the dappOS collaborations are DeFi, right? Are you going to
Yeah.
also collaborate project from other tracks since you have the wallet that actually a lot of social fi or GameFi project they might be able to yeah, integrate dappOS wallet as well.
No, it's definitely true. I think, since we've been mainly focused on dappOS version 2, and, one of our biggest focuses is obviously connecting with DeFi, connecting with dApps. That's mostly what we're focused on now, but as the industry continues to grow, it makes sense to connect with more people, right? Like I personally am a big fan of GameFi. Like I grew up playing games. So when the two worlds collide of Web3 and games, why not take the opportunity to collaborate? So I think that's something that we'll really look into. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, like any collaboration makes sense. If
Right.
your product, your protocol, whatever you have, whatever you're building in Web3 is able to use our wallet. We have that solution. We have that unified account to where we can help you onboard more users at the same time as you sending more traffic to dappOS as well. So it's kind of just a win-win at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, I personally, like I mentioned, I like gamify. I think that's a smart move. So I guess we'll see in the next coming month as dappOS version 2 continues to roll out what other collaborations and integrations we come up with.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Thank you so much, Taylor, for the intro. And so we also have noticed that there is a button, yeah, just like you mentioned, right, from Pacific, and we would
Yeah.
like to share more about that. Why users should consider participating in it.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I just touched on
Mhm.
exactly about being able to get triple the rewards. So basically, we want to give the users the incentive to choose Manta because Manta is actually running a campaign. And I will show you right now if I go to Galaxy, if you can see this here. Oh yeah, so here we can see it's dappOS, QuickSwap, and Manta trading galore. So if I click on view more, you're actually able to see this on our X or Twitter as well. There's $3,000 in rewards. It runs from December 6th to December 16th. So we want to give users, it's everyone likes rewards. Everyone likes to be part of games, competitions. It's fun. It's always great when you're doing something with a purpose. So why not try to win some rewards out of it? So with QuickSwap and Manta, as you can see, Manta was in QuickSwap as the button, the selection. dappOS is integrated into QuickSwap by giving a unified account. So we're all working together in one. So we want to get back to the users as well. So if you want to, there's obviously step-by-step of exactly what you need to do to win these rewards. For example, follow dappOS, follow QuickSwap, follow Manta Network. So yeah, feel free to check it out. We post this information on our Twitter, our X, as well as you can go directly to Galaxy and find it there as well.
Nice. Yeah. So dappOS also participate in the Manta Pacific. It's the do you also part of the Manta Odyssey because the Manta Odyssey is also called Manta Pacific.
Let's see. Oh, sorry. The Manta Odyssey, right?
Yeah. I think earlier last month, yeah, they got a Odyssey also called Manta Pacific. But well, that's okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh no. Yes. We were. Sorry about
Oh
that.
yeah.
For some reason, Yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, we were also part of that. Yes.
Awesome.
So we actually there was an AMA I had quite a little bit ago. We went all into details about specifically how the collaboration, the integration happened with Manta because it's all of these things are new and upcoming, and we believe in Manta. Manta believes in us, and so we like to work with them. So yeah, we were part of Odyssey.
Cool. Nice. And yeah, so we also would like to talk about Galaxy campaigns. Are there any other campaigns that you want to share with us other than the Galaxy campaign?
Yes. So there are two others that I want to touch on today. There's going to be the big three ones that I want to touch on. This one is dappOS Bitget Wallet Winter Sprint. So obviously it's winter, it's close to Christmas. People are excited about that. It's cold. Where I live, it's snowing a lot. So I've been skiing a lot. So this is perfect, right? Winter Sprint. This will be running from December 4th to December 18th. So yeah, just like I shared with you on the last one, it has all the information. So we give the users the opportunity with step-by-step details of how exactly they can get these rewards. There's obviously different things they need to do. Some are harder than others, but best of luck. If you're going to be spending time in Web3, if you're going to be completing all these things, these transactions, get something back out of it. And one way dappOS likes to give back to its users, me being head of community, I know that the community is really the backbone of the protocol or the project. Because if you don't, without the loyalty, without the users, like what do you have, right? So it's always important to give back. But we want you to be more involved too. So we want to create like these steps, these challenges, and it's more fun that way as well. So yeah, this is the winter sprint with collaboration with BitGet Wallet. And then the other one I wanted to share with you guys, if you can still see my screen, is the dappOS version 1 migration reward campaign. So this is for all the OGs, right? So everyone who's been with dappOS since version 1, this is a big shout out to you guys, because this industry moves fast. Projects come and they go. But we want to shout out the people who have been here since version 1, right? So there's been a lot of advancements from version 1 to version 2, and you guys are the ones that have seen it the whole time. So this is one of the campaigns that is, like I said, it's a big shout out to the dappOS version 1. So for those of you who are familiar with version 1 and who have been with version 1, this is what you can go to. You're able to check it out. I think it ends soon. I actually think this one might be ending. Oh, let's see. Anyways, but yes, if that applies to you, if you're dappOS version 1 user, if you're one of the OGs, then you're welcome to hurry up, check this one out. And yeah, I believe that's the 3 campaigns. Let me run through them again. The first campaign was the dappOS QuickSwap Manta, trading galore. Like I showed you earlier on QuickSwap, if you choose the Manta function, you're able to win. Manta is going to be giving you 3 times the amount of rewards for everyone. Here's the dappOS BitGet Wallet Winter Sprint. And the final one that I just mentioned was the dappOS version 1 migration reward campaign. So yeah, shout out to all the dappOS OGs.
Nice. And other than the BitGet campaign, would you like to also share other campaigns with us?
Yeah, I think those are like the main 3 that I wanted to share.
Sure.
I know that we're always sharing exactly what's happening on our Twitter. We want our X. I like to retweet stuff as well. We try to keep active on those to let our users know what's happening. And I think one of the main ones, I guess I might have to open up Twitter real quick to check. But
that's great.
1 second.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm also checking dappOS official Twitter handle to see if we got any other events, and if not, friends, be sure to participate in all those campaigns that Taylor just mentioned with us, and you could find all the details on dappOS official Twitter handle. And
all right, one second. Let me share my screen again. I'm going to share a different one because you guys will be able to see. Yes, to answer your question. All right, can you guys see this? Okay.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. So I don't want this here. All right, so basically unleash your creativity with dappOS trading experience sharing contest. Grab your keyboard, let your imagination soar, and get your slice of $500 USDT exclusive benefits for best masterpieces. So this is simple. It's very, it says it right in the picture, is share your dappOS trading experience. So we want to know what it's like to trade with dappOS, what it's like to use dappOS, because like I mentioned earlier, our users are the most important, and we want to hear them. We want to hear the best stories. We want to hear the worst stories. Hopefully there's no worst stories, but we want to hear what are some of the best, or what are the the different training experiences that you've had with dappOS.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I see that there are a lot of different collaborations ongoing, like with VIP3 that got USDT rewards and different benefits. Nice.
Yeah.
Lots of partnerships and collaborations ongoing. Thank you, Taylor, for your time. And are there anything else that you would like to add on before?
Yeah, I think there's a few more things that I want to touch on the dappOS wallet. So basically, we mainly went through, I guess the majority of this was going through and talking about the dApps and exactly how dappOS Unified Account works with the dApps that we currently integrate and collaborate with. But some other fun things that make dappOS special is right here is activities. So if you are in dappOS wallet, you can see that here are some of the activities. you can see these are all of the things that I've done. You're able to see exactly what's happened. If I wanted to more information, I can click here. So yeah, every time I submit a transaction, that's where I get like the little pop-up box that says view and explore. This is where it's going to take you. So it's going to show you exactly what you're doing, the transaction details, the order status, the application. So just to stay on top of exactly what's happening, because you never know. We want to make everything safe. We want to make everything very clear and concise for our users. As well as that is the Explore function. The Explore function is kind of fun. It's kind of just, I'll show an example. So let's say if I'm not only in dappOS, but let's say if I'm anywhere, right? If I'm making a transaction anywhere, I want to know exactly what happened. So I'm just going to take this order hash, for example, and I'm going to drop it in. I'm going to copy and paste it into our status explorer, and then it'll give you that same information. So, I mean, I just took one from the activity that's already being seen in dappOS, but if I'm doing anything else on any other, any other website, any other web protocol, things like this, I'm able to use the dappOS Explore function to learn more, to get that information. And then finally, the last thing, since we already went through assets, activities, dapps, Explore, is going to be the rewards. So this is actually where your rewards are going to show up. So the more that you do with the other dapps, the more rewards you win. For example, like I just mentioned with using QuickSwap and Manta Pacific Fest, Manta Fest, this is where you're going to be able to see the rewards that you earn from using your dappOS wallet. And like I said, everyone likes rewards, so it's always awesome to open this and see what's new, what rewards you did earn and gain. So yeah, I think that's everything. So I know that was kind of a lot of information, and obviously if there's questions, you guys are more than welcome to reach out on any social media platform, Telegram, Discord, Twitter.
Thank you, Taylor, for spending time with us. I know it's also quite late, and yeah, your time's over there, and we appreciate your time spending with us. And Tony, are there anything else that you would like to add on as well, or are we all good?
I think we're relatively okay. I'm sorry about the beginning.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry about the beginning. I got a little mixed up with MetaMask, but as you can see, once you're able to deposit the money, get the money into your dappOS wallet, you're able to access all of those collaborations, all those integrations, and it makes everything 10 times easier just because of that unified account. Being able to use whatever chain you prefer, and crossover is one of the big things too. So.
Mm-hmm. Certainly. Thank you so much to both of you, and feel free to log off and take a break. Thank you.
Of course. No, thank you for having us. It was awesome.
Yes. See you next time. Bye. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
And I'm going to play the replay. Sorry, I'm going to actually do the ending video over here on my site. Perfect. Okay, we are going to say bye to friends who have been watching us over here. Thank you so much, everyone. Today we are having a dappOS completely, should I say, know how, right? How to use their dappOS wallet for beginners, and also answering a lot of questions about recent collaborations with Taylor, the head of community from dappOS. We also had Tony, also from dappOS, and thank you for both of you. Now I am going to end our live session over here. Thank you.